Yo, yo, yo. Stay tuned. Don't touch that dial. Welcome once again. It's your most sensational and most favorite lifestyle podcast show. The only podcast channel where you get to learn and unlearn with all the passion in me. And it's that most favorite segment of this episode where we call it Let's Talk with David. I'm here to talk to you about amazing things, topical issues, interests, political values, religious beliefs, and everything you can ever think of centered around the youth, the economy, the trends, fashion, life, businesses, and all you can ever think of. By the way, I'm so excited to be here with this very beautiful lady from the previous episode in the person of Eunice Peter Bassey. It's so amazing to have you on the show again today, Eunice. How do you feel today?
I feel great.
That's amazing. I love the way your voice sounds today. What happened? Did you have some lollipop? Or you had a shawarma courtesy of Domino's Pizza?
I actually have pepper soup.
Oh, wow. So that means today's show is going to be Pepe Dem. Wow. So this is amazing. How did you feel from last week? I mean, we had to talk about this very electrifying, topic, African parental culture in the 21st century and its effects on their words. How did you feel reminiscing from last week's, discussion? And how do you feel about wanting to continue that particular concept today?
Well, it feels good talking about some, sensitive topics that a lot of people are afraid to talk about. So I feel talking about this, it helps to normalize discussing such things.
Yeah. Okay, so would you say you are ready to pepper them today?
I am ready to pepper them.
That's beautiful. So quick one, we for the benefit of a lot of people who don't know what you do, can you tell us about your company? We get to know your company is Laurel Bell Stores and Beverage. But can you just tell us a few, things we need to know about this business?
Oh yes, we deal on the wholesale distribution of Coca-Cola products.
Okay, that's beautiful. So This is amazing. You deal with production of Coca-Cola products, and how does this work?
Well, we take orders from people, supermarkets, malls, private individuals. Our main targets are like people having a party, any kind of party, birthday parties. So it's basically distribution in large quantities. Oh,
that's beautiful. So you only deal on Coca-Cola?
Yes, for now.
Coca-Cola product. Oh, that means I'm going to have a bottle of Coca-Cola.
Sure.
Thanks to Coca-Cola. Wow. So it's amazing. So could you tell us quickly, before the show kicks off properly, what are you looking forward to today's show?
I am looking forward to a very open conversation.
Okay.
Enlightenment, to enlighten the audience, people listening on the show today.
Okay.
And, to help them listen in and learn one or two things from today's show.
Oh, that's going to be beautiful. I can also sit down and also can't wait to learn from you. But before we push further on the show, let's listen to this beautiful music by James Blunt titled Monsters. I'm sure you'll like it. Just sit back, stay tuned, and don't forget, don't touch that dial.
Before they turn off all the lights, I won't read you your wrongs or your rights. The time has gone. I'll tell you good night, close the door. Tell you I love you once more. The time has gone, so here it is. I'm not your son, you're not my father. We're just two grown men saying goodbye. No need to forgive, no need to forget. I know your mistake.
This music is everything you really want to hear. And if I want to relate this music to the African culture, it has a way of redefining the scope and knowledge base of a lot of young people. A lot of young persons are going through abuse, damage, emotional disorder, trauma, psychologically, emotionally, mentally, physically, because of the parental upbringing in relative synchrony to the culture. Miss Eunice, what is the way forward? How do we get young people out of this derivative? How do we get them to change this narrative that they grew up in the same pattern, and you come to realize that they also have to transfer the same pattern upon their children, and it becomes more like a generational thing in Africa. It's like we're not ready to evolve out of this, dark age, so to say. What's the way forward for parenting in Africa?
It all has to do about soul searching. We can ask ourselves, do I like the way I was raised? Did it help me to become a better person? If yes, then we can, carry on with our kids in the same manner. But if no, if we have suffered some traumatic experiences from the upbringing, which was, nurtured into us by our parents, I think we can do better than that.
Okay. The songwriter James Blunt made a particular sentence in one of his in his music lyrics. He said, "I am not your son, and you are not my father. We are two grown men, two adult men who need to say goodbye to each other." A lot of parents don't understand that there is a certain stage their children get to, and they have to say goodbye. Why do parents in Africa think they can be parents or they can be fathers till the end? Why is that so? Why have we not been able to transform or evolve out of this, dark age?
I would say authoritarian dictatorship. The parent, they always want to be on a certain level above their kids, no matter the age of their kids. The kids always have to be below them. So, a kid might go out, get married, and have children of his own. But the father would look at him and say, "You are just a boy."
Okay.
So, we need to eradicate this mentality and see our kids as also adults.
But this same thing is quite relative to having children, parenting. Children grow up and they want to get into marriage, and you see issues where a mother would say, "No, you're not getting married to that man. Where is he from?" These things are only found in Africa. Let's use Nigeria as a case study. It's only found here. Why is this so? Why is this so popular in our region, in our terrain? Why is that so? I mean, you look at the standard where a young lady has been brought up for her parents, and she's ripe enough, she's old enough for marriage, and mommy comes out and says, "Hey, you can't marry that man," because of the parental, guidelines. "Oh, what church does he worship with? Oh, he's a member of such church. Oh no, you can marry him." That's part of the parenting we're talking about, and it has become so hazardous on their growing children. We didn't say on their children because it's not static. The children are not going to remain there forever. They are growing. They become adults. They should get to a point where they can actually make choices for themselves. But when these children get to a certain point and mommy says, "No, you can't marry that man. No, you can't marry that woman," what is the way forward? You take away their life. You take away their choices. You take away their will. You take away their power. You take away their life, their happiness. What can be done? Should we say that this situation cannot be undone? Let's hear from you. What do you have to say?
The situation is it's something that we can correct, we can adjust. I mean, the thing is, African parents, they spend their life to training up a child.
Yeah.
And when it comes to a point in time when this child wants to make life decisions, big decisions,
yeah,
the parents still feel that this child, has not been brought up to effectively to make these decisions.
Such decisions.
So you still see these African parents. Sorry, I'm using African parents too much.
No, but that's the concept. That's the topic. That's the focus.
You still see these parents, trying to influence these decisions of the child.
Yeah.
So I feel parents should get to a stage where they sit back and watch their child making decisions.
Okay, but don't you think there should be more like a practical session in-house where parents should be able to, put their children through some certain level of responsibility, accountability, and, life decisions in-house?
One thing I've come to understand is there are some certain things that a child must go through away from the parents' roof, away from the parents' shadows.
Okay.
So, it should get to a certain stage where a child should be able to make some certain decisions by himself without the influence of his parents.
Okay.
And that would lead us to another topic about a child moving out of the parents' house. But I know some parents will never want to talk about this.
But sorry to cut you off. A lot of parents become so authoritative, so manipulative, so possessive in their parenting, such that they don't give these children an opportunity to become themselves. These children seemingly grow up in a bondage called family. They can't relate with the parents. They can't socialize with the outside world. They are confined. And once they are given the opportunity to explore, they begin to make decisions that even damage their life. What do you think has been the major root cause of this problem?
African parents see independence as trying to rebel.
Okay.
They see independence as being rebellious. So they try to hold you down so you don't, sneak out of their reach. So
you say it's more like the predator-prey, relationship. I must keep eye on my prey and make sure my prey doesn't get out of sight. Is that what you're trying to tell me the African parenting culture seems like?
Yes, it's similar to that.
And then, of course, when it gets to this point where they say that the prey is beginning to make decisions, they want to hey, come here, I'm going to catch you, I'm going to hold you, you can't go nowhere.
Yeah.
But why is that so? Why is this happening? A lot of young people today are depressed. They can't talk to mama, they can't talk to papa. A lot of them get sexually defiled by even their own family members. And they can't even open up to talk to their family. What's happening? This is the 21st century and we need a way out. We need international bodies, we need religious bodies, we need organizations, we need NGOs, we need people that can actually, sensitize parents, go on a campaign, educate, enlighten, and, ensure them that these children need an opportunity to breathe.
Education has done a lot of good for young people today, especially when we're talking about advanced education like university. And all of that, especially when it has to do with schooling away from the house and the parent has no influence over that due to circumstances.
But you also want to agree with me that a lot of children grow up, get done with school and get back home and the parents still continue this authoritative method of parenting.
Yeah, that's true.
Where you're going to, you have a curfew. If it's 6 p.m., you must get to the house. If you're not in the house by 6 p.m., you cease to be my son. In fact, I'm going to disown you. Why is that? So you threaten your children. You're supposed to shower them with love, with care, with affection, with compassion. But otherwise, you rebel them. You push them.
Parents need to, slow down.
The word for the parents.
Overbearing. That's the word for the parent. They need to slow down
and stop being
overbearing. They need to give some room to their children to grow.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Guys, you've all heard it all. I wish we had all of the time to go on and on and on. I'm so excited personally to know that I'm sure a lot of parents are listening to this. Get a time, talk to your children, sit them down, ask them about their decisions about life. What are their intentions? How do they envision life? How do they view life? Your perspective and their perspective will never be the same. So you have to be loving. You have to be considerate. You have to be deeply understanding. And above all, you have to be a friend. Thank you once again, guys, for being on the show. I'm so excited. Don't forget, it's David Edison Akman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and on Spotify, it is Living a Lifestyle. Until next time, stay tuned, and don't forget, I love you.
No need to forget.